logged onto the website, I read a little bit about the credentials of who was running the site, and they were qualified, educated, have a ton of background.
She's been in the field for about 20 years. She has her master's degree in psychology.
I can always look to Judith for great advice. I mean, if there's anybody I wanted to go to, it would be her because of her experience. I mean, she's a psychotherapist. She has so much experience with different types of people, no matter where they come from, no matter what they are, who they are.
Knowing Judith has been a wonderful experience for me simply because she has, I guess to characterize her, I would use the words passion, expertise.
Well, her drive is incredible. I mean, she's one of the most positive people I've ever met. Judith is such a positive person to be around that you always feel comfortable around her, and by that you can always trust her advice because she's looking at you as a person rather than having any kind of stereotypes around you.
And she does it professionally. She does it passionately. And as a consequence, she has a great deal of respect.
Well, Judith, first of all, is a great listener. That's what she is first. Because she doesn't give you any advice that you're not looking for. Somebody has to listen to you in order to be able to respond appropriately to any situation, and that's what Judith does well, and she does that first.
She does a really, really nice job of helping someone be at ease, and which of course facilitates letting her in to whatever she's struggling with, or whatever the individual is struggling with.
Well, Judith's approach is whatever makes you feel more comfortable. If it makes you feel comfortable, she's totally fine working with that, and which makes you able to, I guess, pour your heart out to her. She's a really easy person to do that with. I can find myself talking to her for a very long time.
One of the most difficult jobs of being a therapist isn't only to have empathy and to join your patient where they are, but to move them beyond that, to move them out of trauma, to help them grow, and this is an area that Judith has great expertise in.
Her input then makes you feel empowered. That's something that I can say is one of my favorite things about Judith, is that she makes me feel like empowered to do anything and take on anything, and not just for myself, but in such a positive way that it allows me to feed that to other people.
Overall, I think Judith's primary emphasis is to accept people where they are, to embrace them, and to let them know that they are acceptable just the way they are, that they're lovable just the way they are, and to help them grow. And ultimately, that's the goal of all therapy, because Judith has a lot of expertise and she has the compassion and the passion in her heart. She's able to do this, and very successfully.
Sometimes you can sit in a meeting and worry about what somebody's going to say, whether it be judgmental or maybe in a harsh way. Judith's able to give you the most honest answer, but in a way that you can reflect more on yourself, instead of worrying about what she might say in return.
Judith will address the issue based on the size of the issue. She's not going to create something or blow it up to make it bigger than it really is. So that if somebody needs a few sessions, it'll be a few sessions. If they need something longer, she's going to know this, but she's not going to say to them, you know, you really need a couple years. That is a great skill of Judith's, and the only way you can accomplish that is with a lot of experience and a passionate heart. And so this is Judith's area of expertise, and frankly, I'm privileged to be able to know her and to work with her.
She sees beauty in anybody and can really bring that out, and knows that she can bring it out because she knows she's good. You know, and she has that confidence to be able to do that without making you feel uncomfortable.
But to be exposed to her enthusiasm and her love for what she does and her love for people.